you. I'm one nigga that you shouldn't shoot. Cause I've been running with them killers since I was a little nigga with a gap and a cookie too. 57 on me and a bullet too. Keep the pot smoking like I'm cooking too. Got a bunch of bitches that be playing on my phone. Always singing on the wrong on the wooden screw. Oh well, change my number. Then continue to slang and lumber. I get women by the season. I think my last girl name was Summer. Oh my bad, it was autumn. Hit the cat and then I dialed him. Never call him. If I feel like it's gonna eventually be a problem. All my enemies, I done fought them. All the J's, I done bought them. Paid in full like them niggas who ran the slalom out in Harlem. Cause I'm a hell of a fighter. I think I deserve a column. That's why I'm the headliner. And you heard me at the bottom. I got these suckers scared. Got these pussies playing possum. This the first thing I said when I saw you. Can talk about me all you want. That shit don't matter. Cause my self-esteem is bulletproof. My shit won't shatter. I'ma find my way up to the top. I don't need no ladder. I already got these niggas pissed. I don't need no bladder. Fuck the chatter and the jabber. Lick the shot and watch it scatter. Niggas mad at the press. Probably come my pockets fatter. Catch us hopping out of vans. Boy, I stay in out of doubt. Shawty, I'm always out of town. And it ain't cause I like to travel. Niggas talking about the boots I'm wearing in the magazine. You can bathe in some bleach and you still won't be half as clean. Bitch, I'm slick as Vaseline. Smoking gasoline. In the red Chevelle, in the seats is Kappa cream. Leaking Vaseline while I'm pushing through. Take the top off, I call that the mullet roof. Rappers only mad cause they ain't as good as you. So I keep a chrome Springfield in this wood cause you know we all got guns, my nigga. So ain't nobody. What you thought they stopped making them after they made yours? So we got enough funds to make fun, my nigga. So think about it and be careful when you run up on my catch ya. Side high, it's sad cause it seems like everybody from the hood got a number.
Yeah.
What up, Yellow?
Somebody should have told me I was gonna be a motherfucking problem. I never knew I'd be this hard to get shit. I didn't get the memo. I should have took my demo to Stephen Hawking. Cause I'm weird science. Appear to be violent. Tattoos like tattoos. Shallow wolf, he's clear to defiant. And appear eyeing me. Level on my playing field, I'm a tearing giant. So my style got jacks on the beanstalk. Looking like coach, I'm really trying. Fuck you, lame. So another beer in the club, go ahead and make it rain. Cause if I run up in the club with a bunch of thugs from the trailer park, we gonna make it rain. Funny how I just say that. Hey, I must think I'm bulletproof. Well, if a bullet means MC, you can put your money on the Teflon, cause I guess I do. And I'm just saying I'm me, but that's bad if you're trying to sell CDs. Multiply that by originality, and you might have to win another Lamborghini. Ooh, my truck looking like daddy's Lambo. Flip flop like a plastic sandals. Covered in black tint, but you can see me like I had a candle. You ain't seen Chris, till you seen a wolf get bucked. Boy, bullet, shoot. Hey, that's not a two bitch, that's a 45. Follow them by bulletproof, shoot.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Legend with another Division 2 Title Update 6 build video. This was by request from one of my best friends, Cal Zero, on the game, and I've been holding down this build for almost a month. I was trying to put it together. I've been racking my head, crunching the numbers. I'm in a lab with the lab coat and everything. I call this build the Vibranium build, Vibranium shield build, because this build right here is probably the best shield build in the game, period. And I'm gonna go into it and I'm gonna explain each and everything, how it actually syncs up with each other. And hey, I encourage you guys to make a better version of it, but I don't think it's possible with what we got right now in the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I know I sounded hella cocky just now, but it is what it is, and hopefully you agree with me. So as you can see, my total armor is at 406.4. My total health is 84,000.3, and I'm using the technician specialization. And let's go ahead and just go to each, gear item. So the first one, we'll start with the mask. I have 437 skill power rolled onto it with 5% crit chance, with the skilled or the talent and power to increase my skill power by 20% to get me to the threshold that I needed to be at for my two talents down there at the bottom. I'm using the 0Fs, the chest piece, because it is vital. Partly because of the perfectly unbreakable that gives you 100% armor when your armor is depleted. It repairs it back, and med kits you use after that, they're not consumed. And this can happen every 60 seconds, which is huge. which is huge because it greatly increases your survivability. It's almost like having Nomad from Division 1. You get all your armor back, and then 60 seconds later, it can proc again. And as you can see the rolls, 15.5 total armor, 13k regular armor, almost 14, and then 37k health. I just threw that on there because I needed an extra blue. Now I do have another chest piece right here, and as you can see, it increases my armor up to 445.5, but it drops my health down. But as you see, my skill power skyrockets. That doesn't really matter, and I might show you that, but it doesn't really matter as far as the skills go. 42k regular armor, 15.5 total armor, and a good skill power roll for this build. I mean, it's already gonna be maxed out almost. 485, perfectly unbreakable once again. And then the mods on here, you know, weapon damage, pistol damage, shotgun damage, and then armor, health, and total armor. So we're gonna go back to our regular one, show you those mods: weapon damage, shotgun damage, pistol damage, armor regeneration of 429, and then the total armor of 2.5. We're gonna go into the holster. The holster is the forge holster. If you're running a pistol build of any kind and you want to be more tanky, put this holster on right here. Okay, it greatly increases survivability and your tankiness for this talent right here. Perfect blacksmith. Killing an enemy with your sidearm repairs 60% of your armor, can occur every 10 seconds. So not only you got this helping you out, they're perfectly unbreakable when you're not killing anybody and you're just taking shots. You get your armor back. You can pair that up with this right here. Every 10 seconds you kill somebody, it's going to give you 60%, and that 60% is actually well above 100%. So every time you kill somebody, after the 10-second marker, after the 10-second cooldown, you'll get 100% of your armor back. That increases your survivability dramatically. The numbers I don't even feel like doing right now. All you need to know is every 10 seconds you get a full armor back. And then if that does not work, perfectly unbreakable will kick in and give you your full armor back. That's also synced up with this right here, the Gila backpack. I have better ones, but for the talents I needed, this is perfect. You know, the only thing that can probably be better on this backpack will be the rolls. The 9.5 total armor is kind of low. The 17 armor on there is also kind of low, and the skill power is also kind of low. But the safeguard talent, and I told you guys in my last video or a couple of videos back, I'm gonna use safeguard a lot because this is an underrated talent in the game, and people don't like it because, you know, they want to stack as much crit and as much whatever as possible. So they have a crap ton of red. So they want to use composure so they can sit in cover and shoot you while you're running into DZ, whatever the case may be. But this talent is clutch. Killing a target grants a 150% bonus to repairing and healing effects for 5 seconds, can occur once every 20 seconds. Huge. Huge. And you can also see how this stuff syncs up with the rest of the build. And then I didn't really roll anything. Let me rewind that back. I got 2 mods on here. One of them was armor, total armor, and health. It's a pretty decent one. As well as the offensive mod on here with 3% crit damage and then 5% crit chance. That 5% crit chance helped me get to the cap, and I'll explain that to you later. Right here, the BTSU data gloves is huge for this build as well, because since I got 5, just 5 yellows on this build, it gives me an additional 50% skill healing and repair. Also clutch, because it syncs up with everything that this build is about. And then for the knee pads, the Gila knee pads again for the hazard protection, 15k armor. I can roll that higher if I want to, but at this point it really doesn't matter. As you see, I got 2 fairly decent armor mods on here, both of them defensive mending, and then that's also paired up with the armor regeneration plus 30%. So that paired up with this right here, the blacksmith, paired up with this right here, the safeguard, that would give you the 100% I was talking about every time you kill an enemy every 10 seconds. And even before then, you still get some, armor regeneration. And the shield is still up there running and still procced. But as you can see, every single piece on this build, it syncs up very well with each other. And it's flexible enough to get what you want out of it. So all this activated. Then if you're using the technician, you have to use a testifer hive, right? For the skilling, the skill repair, and the buff amount. So as you can see, the self buff amount is 100%, and the repair amount is 110%. That's also paired up with stem efficiency. That's huge because I guess that increases the rate that you get healed. The radius, I got 2 radius mods on there to give myself 104% additional radius on my testifer hive. Say I want to drop it for my teammates, then everybody in that little circle can get the benefits of their skills being healed up. And then if you don't want to drop it, if you have it in your backpack, your shield will still get healed as you saw in the videos. So that's also very, very clutch. You pair that up with the shield itself. Now you see the health on there on the bulwark shield is 996,165 HP. That is the cap in this game, and no matter what you do, you can't surpass that. I have no idea why not, but I guess they don't want to make you, too tanky for this game. But as you can see, this build kind of, thread that line. And then the active regeneration is 65k. The holster regeneration is 49k. And then as you can see what mods I have on there. Now to improve this one, the very top mod on there is only 64.7. You can get a mod like I have down there at 90.6. You have 2 of those. That would be huge for while your shield's out. You can get all the healing and all the benefits from everything else that this build can offer. So say for instance, that active regeneration that's paired up with the 50% additional you get if you proc these gloves. That also syncs up well with this right here, the safeguard, once again with 150% additional. All that's working together, and that's how I was surviving, getting, NPCs like detonating on you, the heavy shooting at you, the gun turrets, the regular turrets, the mountain turrets, all that. I sat there like it was doing nothing because ideally it wasn't. It couldn't do enough damage to bring my health down. The only way you can actually go down if you go into like a heroic mission and you just sit there and just tank everybody. They do a crap ton of damage for some reason in there, maybe because it's heroic, but when that happens, that's when your healing effect get overloaded. Any other way, you're good to go. And also try this out in the DZ, using the DZ turrets in front of the checkpoint, and it just melted through the shield. So don't try that, or go ahead. It's kind of funny. So that's the build itself. The survivability of this build is insane. You got the total armor paired up with perfectly unbreakable, paired up with perfect blacksmith, paired up with the self-adjusting, paired up with safeguard, and paired up with the 50% you get from proccing these gloves. Also paired up with this right here. Now, to take this build a step further, you can, and this is how you would do it. I chose to use the orbit pistol. You get this from Cassie Mendoza, but this pistol right here on this particular talent, perfect finisher, and just to activate it, right, you're gonna lose safeguard, but to activate it, I'll put these gloves on right here. I'll show you what I put on there: skill power, shield, skill power, as well as post skill power. It gives you the 15% additional damage for headshots, and then you get 10%, which you can get 12 or 13 if you use a melody gloves. But using that will give you the additional damage that you need. And just put the orbit at 51k, which is pretty good for a revolver. That's pretty nice. And this perfect finisher talent, pretty much can give you every gun in the game max crit chance and well above crit damage. And all you gotta do is swap from it. So say for instance your shield goes down, right? You don't feel like using a pistol no more, swap over and you can use the rail splitter. Don't mind the damage, cause even on the skill tree I don't have assault rifle damage maxed out at all. So damage is not there for assault rifles, but you can if you want to make it that way. Perfectly measured, Allegro, recharger, and just with 2 mods, just 2 crit chance mods, you can get maxed out crit chance, and then the damage is also insane. So matter of fact, let me show you. So we scroll down here, we got 20% crit chance and 33% crit damage for this gun right here. This is the rail splitter, or any other assault rifle, LMG, whatever weapon you want to use in this game outside of maybe marksman rifles. They don't have a lot of attachment slots that can get you up to that, but it'd be pretty damn close. It'd probably be around like 45%. But for this one right here, 20% with that additional, let's go over to it so you guys will believe me. With that additional 40% crit chance, that puts you at the cap of 60%, and then with 33% crit damage, that puts you at 83% crit damage, which rivals any other crit build in this game. And how many crit mods I got on this build? 1. And how many crit attributes I have? Just 1, and both at 5%. Also, with the orbit, you have this good old talent down here that I wrote at the bottom called protected reload. It gives you 10% bonus armor while you're reloading, and you get the additional 30% here. You won't get the safeguard like I said, but that 30% paired up with that one is pretty good. It's pretty good across the board. So I think that 10% goes up to like maybe 13 if I'm not mistaken. Someone else could do the math for me, but it helps out. It makes your protected reload a little bit better. So for the people that love shotguns, I also did it for you guys too, because this gun right here I made with a crit build a long time ago. I just never really wanted to use a shotgun because I figure it's kind of cheesy in some ways, but this shotgun right here gives you 2 mods that give you 5% crit chance on, give you that 10%.
Agent in need of backup.
So we're gonna make that the number 1. We're gonna go over here, and as you can see, 20% again. So with just swapping to it, it gives you 6% crit chance and 78% crit damage on this build. Like I said, any gun in the game with the orbit pistol that you get from Cassie Mendoza can max out your crit chance and crit damage, period. And say for instance you want to take it a step further and you don't want to use, precise, you could put obliterate on there. You could put what's that talent, critical on there, to put you in 100% range, 103% crit damage at max crit chance on any gun. When your shield goes down, when it eventually goes down, on any gun in the game, maxed out. Well, way better than any other crit builds in this game that I've seen on YouTube or PvP with other people. And then say for instance you want to be a PvEer with this build, you can put this one on. I got another RNK mask with 56% damage to elites on there. You also add that hard hitting on there, that gives you 81%. You then also add the additional 7% on there. So come on now, 88% damage to elites on this build already. And then if you want to sit there and put damage to elites mods on here, you can be well over 100% damage to elites. And this is for people that want to do it in a raid. So like I said, that is the build. This build is perfect. I don't think you can make it better. I'm putting it out there because I'm not typically using a shield build, but I will probably use it more often now since I created this build, when I'm just BSing around the map. And then you can also put this up with the Liberty pistol if you want to use it against Buddy and Lucy, because it does the extra damage to hostile electronics, and it works on the dogs and the tanks anyway. So I don't know why it won't work on Buddy and Lucy unless the developers made a mistake. But as you can see, look how much it hit for 99.1. 99.1, and I'm not even really procced into it. But if you want to, you can swap that out. Let's see if I have another mod in here. Part depth eruption. So let's just put a 4% on there, right? That's gonna put it into 100k range. And then you get, you know, the extra 500% weapon damage for knocking out a weak point or hostile electronics. So really, 500k damage. It's like, man. And then if you want to swap over to your other weapons, knocking off or destroying a weak point or pieces of armor or whatever, it gives you 20% of your magazine back in your current weapon. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Vibranium shield build, and I guarantee you will not find a better shield build in this game, at least for TU6 and before. So go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, go ahead, drop comments, let me know how this build is. I already tested it out in some areas already, but thank you for your support. I have 2 videos now that I've just recently done. They both hit over 1,000 for my channel, and that's huge. So I thank you guys for the support. So until next time, guys, hey, call Captain America, get Tony Stark out here, let them know the Legend has actually created a build that they can use on their shit too. Legend out, y'all.